Hello, FlimsyLunchTray here, and look at the lineup as we're here in clan battles on the Atlantic with the Coca clan. Is that how I'm supposed to phrase this? And we'll talk a little bit about what's happening here. But this is the start of a quote-unquote new series that will be time to time. I think I'm just gonna call it a clan battles series. But today this is going to be clan battles, what not to do. The gnomes will laugh because when we had this battle, 2 battles before this, I pretty much made a call very similar to what the enemy clan did, and circumstances were a little bit different. We weren't taking a brawling, pushing lineup. If you paid attention to that lineup, there was Schlieffens, there was a Hindenburg, I don't remember what else there was, but there was a lot of brawling ships. So it's very evident when you're in a match like this. Yeah, here you go. Was it 2 Schlieffens, 3 Hindenburgs, and a Marseille, and I can't remember what the destroyer was. It very much looks like the enemy team is going to push. Ooh. So this is interesting to us. So we need to know as a clan how to respond. Because if they're going to make the push, then we need to know where they're making the push. Is it going to be C? Is it going to be Bravo? And then if so, are they dividing their forces in half? Are they sending all of their forces together? What's the deal here? So then we need to kite once we're aware of that. So I was just pinging the mini-map earlier for the Conquer where to set up in C4 because we doesn't need to go wide. And very quickly you can see the entire enemy team with Gab spotting is that they're going to push a BA push. That is what we're clearly seeing here happening from the enemy team. So immediately you can see Gabs is already turning out. I'm turning out. Our Stalingrad, our Yamato are turning out, and then we need our Petropavlovsk and Derry to move over and pick up C immediately. So I get picked up by the Shimakaze, so I had to pop radar there. But this isn't great for me because now you can see I'm targeted by 6 enemy ships and need to immediately disengage. So it's kind of, this is one of those situations where it's like, sometimes you see this in randoms, it's what I refer to as the beehive. You get too close to the beehive, you will be severely stung. So I'm going to kill the throttle here. We've gone dark, I'm going to let some shells go over us. And so the part of clan battles, what not to do, hasn't occurred yet. I'll point it out when it comes. But the enemy team is made this very clear. We're pushing B, we're lining up to pushing the islands to A. So you can see that both Stalingrad and Yamato, they're kiting moving away. Stalingrad's a great kiting ship. Even Des Moines can do decently well if you stay outside secondary ranges of Schlieffen. So you know that's 12.5, so we want to stay outside Schlieffen torpedo range. Well, torpedo range is secondary range, but we're not going to really worry about torpedoes since we're going to be kiting them. But already, the enemy team, they've revealed this is what they're going to do. We are going to push B to A, but they're really taking a long time to form this strategy up. So I don't know if they were like, hey, let's all group up first, and then we'll get over here, because the 2 Hindenburgs kind of angled and drifted away. But to throw myself under the bus, we had, I don't remember how much I talked about it, but we had 2 matches before this. We weren't in a brawling lineup of our ships for the clan battle, but I had made a bad call, and I got a little too excited, and I overextended, and it was kind of like a one after one. We got picked off, and you're going to see that happen here, but I think to a more very clearly evident scale. So Gabs has moved over, so he's already thrown torpedoes in there, 9 kilometer torps, and he's going to Schlieffen. The Marseille is sitting broadside in the back, so maybe he's planning to circle around the big island. So now that the Schlieffen has pushed in there, he stopped, meaning that myself, Marseille, Stalingrad, Yamato, we can all just focus him. And if we get our Conqueror and Petropavlovsk to a good spot, they can just punish whatever comes out from that channel, or they can punish the ships that might be sitting back stalling. So Shimikaze's dropped a smoke screen. So we're going to be playing with our speed, as you can kind of see here. Until they really commit to the push, that's when we're going to start running. I mean, you can see that I basically have the Schlieffens already at my max firing range here in Des Moines. So Gabs is being focused a bit with secondaries now, so I'm calling, let's focus this first Schlieffen here, so we can get him down and take pressure off of Gabs. And so he's come out. You can see the Marseille is going rather wide. Both Hindenburgs are far back in B, and it looks like our daring has actually kind of distracted them a bit. So their committed push strategy has fallen apart in what they have going on here. So you can see the first Schlieffen is very close to going down here. So still playing with our speed. We're not in a hurry to run away, only when we really need to get going. So he's down, and now that he's dead, the next Schlieffen, next enemy ship, has decided it's his turn to push out here. So now we're going to focus him. And you can see that we're getting in some pretty good, decent salvos on him. He's melting quite quickly, because really he's the only ship for us to focus on. You can see even our Petropavlovsk, our Conqueror, they're focusing him too. Why not? You know? So we could take care of him as we have our Hydra up, because Shishima's running around somewhere. And it's very close to going down. As our daring picks off the Hindenburg, Kielsteel, Mr. Flanders, Yamato picks off this Schlieffen. Now look who's next. It's the Hindenburg. Essentially kind of this is when you don't want to do this if you're going to play this strategy as a clan. If you're taking this lineup of ships, like, you know, you have Marseille, great ship, Hindenburg, great ships, Schlieffen, great brawling ships, that you have to push and you have to commit to the strategy as a whole. But when they come out, they keep drifting down towards, or moving more towards the G1 line. So we're getting broadside, Conqueror Petro getting decently broadside. If you do this push, you have to get all your ships together, but then you have to go for it. Like, you've committed full into this. Now, of course, the weakness that our daring player has exposed is that what if you have a destroyer, you have a destroyer who comes around behind? Well, Shimikaze is not really set up to deal with a daring, a really good ship. Hindenburgs are going to struggle dealing with the daring. I mean, unless your daring is just revealing himself and just open gunboating. It's not set up to hold the back cap, because if you do a BA push, it's important that you commit to the push, but it's also important that you don't let the enemy team, enemy clan, come from the other flank and cap in behind you. So it kind of puts you in this really awkward position. So usually maybe you have a ship to hold back, like a destroyer that's something like a daring, I would say actually would have been really good to sit on B and defend it, as an example, because Shimikaze is not even near B now. He's been somewhere out over here. So our daring player, Kielsteel, is just having to deal with that enemy Hindenburg, and that's it. So I picked off the Hindenburg, and now it's the Marseille, who's about to go down here. And this is just to give you an example of what not to do, because for now the Shimikaze takes a shot. Don't do this as a clan. If you're going to do, you can commit and do a push, but if you're going to do it, you have to commit and you have to go. Don't come out one by one by one. That's very bad. So yeah, so here's a short glimpse of post-battle results. Base XP is the same for win, and then of course lesser for a loss by 2,000. So base XP, overview of the damage, and then the credits and experience. So this is starting off a new clan battle series. I'll try to cover a clan battle every so often, periodically. I haven't actually been played clan battles recently because I've been very busy with work, and timing has just been really bad to get with my fellow gnomes for some more gnome content. I do have the next week, we'll have another clan battle video, and it's a very close one. And kind of emphasizes maybe talking a little bit more through calling and what's unfolding on the map. So if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you subscribe, thanks so much. I would appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time. Take care.